Hi everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Well, aren't you having a fantastic week? We've got the girls back in the kitchen again.
Hello.
So, we can't get enough of you, can we? So we love having them in the kitchen. I said to them, why are you here? We've got you over here. You're staying for a few days. Let's do this live and let's go over all the things that we went over on Monday. Show you a couple of other things as well. And we're also going to show you all the sweet stamps, all the different styles, fonts, colours, why they're on different coloured pads. The girls are going to be busy away, working away. Laura and I are going to ask all the questions, and as per usual, Laura's in the kitchen. Hi Laura.
Hi.
Hi Maria.
Hi.
Louder girls. So then this is Amy. I do get muddled up how I get muddled up, and there's a blonde and a brunette in the kitchen. And this is Emily. They're sisters, and you're from Ireland, aren't you?
Yeah.
And they own a fabulous company called the Sugar Sisters. But what we're talking about tonight is Amy's company, which is called Sweet Stamp, which is a fantastic company. You've all gone crazy for these stamps, and what you can do with them is amazing. So we're going to show you a few more things tonight, what you can do, how to use them, all the little tips and tricks.
Yeah, absolutely,
aren't they?
yeah.
Aren't they beautiful? And Laura's having trouble with the camera to raise to the blonde goddess. So if we all look a bit like that, look, can you see? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and take my position over there, ask the questions and let the girls get on with it. They're still nervous from Monday. It is It is very nerve-wracking in this kitchen. It's so easy to sit there on your settee and enjoy yourself and watch, but it is nerve-wracking. You know that. I've been doing this 2 years now and I still get nervous. We had a great show at the weekend. I was nervous at the show and the ladies were laughing there. Talking, I'm not nervous, but my hands were shaking. You know, it's just one of those things. Yeah. So we're going to crack on.
Great.
You two get on with it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Don't know who's going first. Amy, Emily, now you know them both. I'll come over and start asking questions.
Perfect. So we'll start maybe by looking at the sets themselves and all the different styles. We have, I think it's close to 10 in the range now.
Yeah.
And they're all kind of, well, they started out as calligraphy based fonts and we've expanded the range to kind of more plain, flamboyant, girly, mini, Disney kind of style. It's called the Magical set. Do you want to talk about the Magical set, the new one?
Oh, this is your new set, isn't it? I like it, I like it.
We are very excited about this.
Yeah.
It was just launched for the show.
So girls, just to remind you about the cameras,
Yeah.
we've got cameras all over. We can watch everything you do.
Oh no!
You can't do
I'm
nothing
down
here
here.
without us spotting you. Okay, so there's cameras over here. So when Laura's asking you a question, you need to look at that camera. But when we're showing everybody, you're looking at this camera here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just remind you.
So this is a magical set, so it's very good for kids. The size is really nice, so the lowercase is a really nice size for using on cookies and cupcakes as well. So it's a very good kind of universal sort of
Yeah,
set.
and also the set is really good because it has uppercase, lowercase numbers and the and symbol as well. So it's a full inclusive set. And the signature range, like the original range of Sweet Stamp, is the calligraphy based ones. So
What was the first set that you ever made?
well, the first sets I've made were elegant.
This was on here.
This is my favourite.
Just to
one
remind
hand.
you
Sorry, I have
again,
one hand here.
in case you think that Amy is a bit strange handing everything in one hand, is that she's actually broke her wrist. So
Yeah.
just in case any of you missed it on Monday. So we won't tell you how she drunk her. Sorry, we won't tell you how she broke her wrist.
I think
I've just give the game away now. So I'll just quickly run through those for you anyhow. But just so you guys catch up, all the sets come in either uppercase, lowercase, or a whole set. And what they're saying about the magical set, if you just come back to that net there now, and we're going to pull it up right close up to the camera. Okay, and in there, as Amy and Emily are just telling you, put them out.
Here's the uppercase and here's the lowercase, and it's all in alphabetical order, so you can see what letters they are and what order and what way they're meant to look on your cakes as well. So if you pick up one letter and you're a bit confused about how it looks, just look at the tray and then you'll be able to know. So it has the lowercase, uppercase, and all the numbers and the symbol as well.
It's fantastic.
The and symbol.
And Amy has launched this brand new set on a special offer, and I think it's going to be £39 something, but we're launching it at £35.
Yeah, really good price.
So if you want this set, grab it because it's fantastic, and I think it's a really nice, easy set
It
for
is,
you to start with.
Absolutely.
Easy to paint in as well. It's not super thin, so it's good if you're.
It's nice and versatile. You can actually use that on some men's cakes or even some girly cakes as well.
Oh, yeah.
So it's versatile.
It's all about the colour,
It's not
isn't it?
just kind of like the Disney style, so you can kind of mix and match depending what you're making.
So the very first set you came out with?
Well, actually, it was 4 sets. So,
did you come out with 4 sets?
I launched it all.
Oh,
4
greedy
sets.
girl.
You don't do anything by half.
So this is the elegant set, and this is one of my favourites. Well,
Yes.
depends.
This one and the handwritten and the cookie are our top sellers.
Yeah.
So when you buy off us, I sell them as sets. And when you buy off Amy, you can buy them as sets or uppercase or lowercase, but I sell them as sets. So this is the upper and the lowercase, and the numbers are separate.
Yeah.
They come on their own pads, and then we've got the numbers here. So that's a separate set altogether, okay? On the numbers set, you get other symbols on there as well, don't you?
It's not just numbers. You have like
Hashtag.
Yeah, you can see all the
First. And
so you've got the hashtag, you've got the @ sign, the exclamation mark, haven't you?
And if you're doing like the 21st or the 2nd, you have your MD
That's
and
right.
your
Saints.
ST.
So that's
ST
nice.
and
That's nice.
yeah.
So there's a lot in that as well.
Yeah.
The other sets that have the upper and lowercase separate are just like these guys. Are the handwritten.
Yeah, and that's our next most popular set. Everybody loves that. They
It's
go crazy for
it's
it.
a beautiful set. I love this set, and it's kind of like a different style of calligraphy. It's called handwriting. And one thing that you might want to know before you purchase this one is some of the lower cases or the upper cases look like larger lowercase. So if you see this A here, you see that A?
Yeah.
No, that's how I sign my name, Amy.
Yeah.
But so you might just think that it's a larger lowercase. Or if you look at the A on some of the rest, see it up the top here? That's kind of the standard style. So it depends on what your
But it's
taste is.
right, because when I do a big A, I do it like
Yeah,
that
I do
as
too.
well.
Yeah, it's nicer.
Yeah, it depends on what your style is and what you want, because that's why we have so many in the range as well.
But I think these have become addictive.
Yeah.
You're either a person who just wants one set, or suddenly you get like, oh my god, I need every set.
It's like Sims when you're younger.
Yeah,
All the
Sims.
expansion packs.
So this is the curly set here.
So if you come down a bit.
So if you can see the uppercase in this set, it's all kind of flamboyant and curly.
Yes, it's lovely.
And it's really pretty. And then the lowercase here is a little bit plainer. And you can actually use the lowercase of the curly set on Cupcake's lot because it's just actually smaller than the lowercase on the other
Yeah, it's nice.
sets, if you
nice
see what I
size.
mean. So that can be...
And that's what's so good about them, that each set is different.
Yeah.
You'll see on our website that at the end I actually put the colour pad. So you'll see that I'll write curly, handwritten, elegant, and then I put the name of the colour pad. And some of you have been a little bit confused why I've done that, because it actually means nothing to you. But what it does mean, it means to my lads in the warehouse when they're picking, that they've got some clue of what they're picking.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
it's very confusing for me and you, isn't it,
Yeah,
Laura?
yeah.
So I've now dumped it on the warehouse toes.
I love it.
But I also think it's good when you're here, when you own several sets, you can identify them.
absolutely, yeah.
You'll get used to it, like,
And
it becomes second nature.
just like most women, we love collecting pretty colourful things.
Yeah.
So
And I have to say, you girls are very good at making very pretty things. I wish I was as good as pretty, don't you?
Me too.
I'm useless. I feel like a tomboy with it. Do you feel like a tomboy?
Aw.
Well, I won't go that far.
What about you?
Well, yeah, maybe today. My trainers.
No, I like it that you're very girly. Good girls.
So the next set we have is stylish. This is the upper and lowercase set of the stylish, and you can see it's kind of like an edgier font. So it is calligraphy based, and there's a lot of similarities to maybe the elegant set, but there's something a little bit more kind of gothic and edgy about this one. So if you are
Good for boys, I think.
if you want a calligraphy set that works well for male and female cakes or different styles, this is a nice one. But if you put this on like a glamorous or elegant style wedding cake, it will still look.
It works.
Yeah, it works. And then if you put it onto like a edgy kind of gothic cake, it will look gothic as well. So it's a nice set because it's first time again. Then I think that's all the larger
No, we've got
calligraphy.
the sweet sticks.
Oh, this one here, yeah.
And the cookies.
Yeah, so we'll go through this set here. So this one was actually brought out last December, and it is actually taken off big time because it's a medium-sized font. So it's kind of a fun, chunky calligraphy. So it works really well on kids' cakes, but also again on elegant cakes. So we have the upper and the lower case with this one, and it's a collaboration set with Sweet Sticks. So if you see the logo there, Sweet Sticks is a brand from Australia that have brought out, the owner is called Miranda, and she has developed the edible art paints, which are, I think they're available on the website now, aren't they?
They are available on the website now.
Brand new on the website. These
just 2 colours at the moment.
Yeah, loads more to follow though. These guys are fantastic for painting onto your sugar paste, royal icing as usual, but also you can paint these onto buttercream and ganache as well. So it's a really strong paint, really good quality, and it's called the edible art paint. And then also Sugar and Crumbs is now stocking the
These are so pretty though.
So this is still the same brand as the Sweet Sticks. So this is the collaboration set. If you can see the logo, it's the same as it's the same font as this here. So it's a really nice one.
I'll tell you what I do like about this set, that it's got so many colours in.
10 colours.
All in one pad.
Yeah.
All nice and neat.
And it closes up.
Yeah.
Nice
And you don't need the dish, and you only have to use water.
Yeah.
It's even good. So could you use your, I don't know where, I might be wrong here, can you use a water pen for painting with them, or would that let out too much water?
You could, but you don't need to.
No.
Yeah, you could. It's water based, so you don't need to use any alcohol for this. So if you have a cake, for example, if for religious reasons you can't have alcohol on it, this is a great set for painting. Also, it's completely vegan, so there's no animal products.
Oh, fantastic.
And, it's really easy to use. You just we'll actually show you in a little while, but it's just activating it with water and then painting. It's a lovely set, and you have your
Dark
silvers,
silver, medium silver, light silver,
then you
pearl.
have, is that the rose gold?
Looks
Yeah.
like
And
rose gold.
champagne. Champagne gold and different than the bronze.
Yeah.
It's
They
a
look
great
fantastic.
set, and it's so girly as well.
So
It's
yeah.
like it's
No,
something.
looks
It
like a nice makeup
product.
palette.
Yeah. I would say it reminds me of, you know, when you're younger and you get those really cheap paint palettes.
Yeah.
Same thing, but obviously way nicer.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is
And
the
you get a free brush with this as well,
Yes,
don't you?
it's like a wand. Actually, do we have one? I don't know if we do.
Oh, I don't. It's in the
It's
box.
a really pretty clear one. Looks like a wizard's wand.
Good.
So it's a nice
Right
set.
then. And then
the
we've got
cookie set.
cookie
yes.
set.
So the cookie set.
You can show them your broken arm, Amy. They do know about it. So
We're gonna cover it in glitter
Emily wants to cover this in glitter.
and diamonds.
Or what did Dawn Buckler said, she's going to spray it.
So the cookie set, that's been a fantastic set because people love this for making like little
Yeah.
smaller biscuits or cookies or
So cute.
So it's just really mini, and it's really good for longer messages on cakes.
yes.
And also for the little projects like cookies and cupcakes. And just like the magical set, this has the uppercase, lowercase, numbers and a few symbols. But also I've decided to include in this set, because it's so small, is extras of A's, E's, I
noticed
O.
that.
There's P as well, 'cause happy, you know,
Yeah.
S, U and Y.
Yeah.
Just so if you're doing repetitive work on cookies, you don't have to, keep filling in the gaps. It doesn't matter so much if you're spelling one name or one word with the bigger sets, but I thought it might be nice to include that in the little
Yeah.
set.
I think so too.
So that's a lovely set. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah. And then we've got this really pretty flower set.
Yeah.
I really love this. I love them all.
Okay, you can explain this one. This is more your style of,
Oh yeah.
of cakes.
So it's a set. Thank you. I knocked all them out.
I do it all the time.
This set was hand drawn by the cakeress, and her name's
bring it
Laurie.
down a bit?
Can you see?
Yep.
So it's a really fun set. Laurie was very passionate about creating it.
Oh yeah.
She
She
a lot
does
of
some
time.
beautiful
She's
stuff
a
with it though,
perfectionist.
doesn't she? Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
a true perfectionist. But she hand drew all these little elements, and you have like branches and smaller flowers, and then you have some bigger flowers, and it's actually a very fun set to use because you can make it your own. You can put your own twist in it, make your own arrangements, and I've used it before for creating a tropical cake, and I've used it before for creating more of like a pretty vintage florally cake. So it's a really nice fun one to use.
It has the larger blossoms, and she's very clever. She actually, I locked her in my house for 3 weeks, and she
What, like we've done with you this week? You will do a Monday and Thursday live.
she came over to visit me in Ireland for a week, and she left like 3 weeks later. And she is perfectionist, as Emily said. She will not stop until it is absolutely perfect.
I met her at the show in Birmingham.
Yeah.
She was actually lovely.
She
Really
is such a
very
nice person, yeah. And she's so supportive of Sweet Stamp as well.
Yeah.
She's a lovely person.
Yeah.
But her whole idea is about creating something different and new, and she created this concept so people can make their own floral arrangements and bouquets and so on their cakes. And she has the big flowers, the little fillers, leaves, branches, so it's very versatile. It
Yeah.
can work on kids' cakes and adult cakes, even wedding cakes as well. So you can follow her page, her Instagram, you'll keep seeing some beautiful work with this set as well.
I've seen it on a lot of cookies and cupcakes.
Yeah.
And like you put it around, we'll probably play around with it a bit
Yeah.
as well, but you put it next to your text and it just adds another element to it. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
it's a bit of fun.
So girls, what I'm going to tell you is why I really like these and why I started stocking them. I had so many customers contacting me, I've told you this before, and they were saying, are you going to stock the Amy Sweet Stamps? And I'm like, what the hell is the Amy Sweet Stamps? But of course I will stock them. And of course I had no idea what they were until I saw them, and when I saw them I thought they were so beautiful and pretty and nice. But one of the things I do really like about them is how you have them on a pad for
Yeah.
storage. And it's one of the bone of contentions that I want to deal with tonight, because people say that they should come in a box, but what they don't realise is that these are in a pad. And I've done this myself, when I've tipped them all out, because I have my own unique way of emptying the numbers, opening a new set. So we'll do it your way and we'll do it my way after. But I like to tip them out, take all the little bits out, then put them back in and lie them and store them.
Yeah, because there's little grooves, extra grooves cut
That's it.
into them.
Can you show
Which,
the camera?
You can see them there, and they'll be
Come up a
filled.
little bit.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that adds a little piece of
Little triangle
Yeah.
almost, and that's for allowing yourself with a scribe needle or craft knife just to remove it. We'll definitely be showing you that.
yeah.
So you just need to pop them out the first time.
Yeah,
So the technique is to literally just turn them upside down and dump
Yeah.
them out.
that's what I do.
Yeah.
I just turn them upside down, dump them out, and then gently loosen the others.
Yeah.
Then what the nicest thing is, I like to put them back in,
Yeah.
get rid of all the rubbish then.
Yeah.
But the reason I like your pad so much is immediately I can see from A to Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A to Z straight away. If I'm missing a letter or lost a letter, I
Yeah.
immediately know to locate it. Would you
Fine.
agree? It's right,
Yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely.
Locate it. Where is if I had these in a box,
Yeah.
you would just end up scooping them all up, throwing them in the box, and
Yeah.
then you've got to line them all up when you want to use them to choose your letters. Whereas here, if I just want to spell my name Carroll, I just go along the pad and pick out
Exactly,
Carol
yeah.
or Emily or Amy or Laura
Yeah, you don't
or
have to
Maria.
root through a whole container
Yeah,
full of
yeah,
letters trying
exactly.
to find
As
them.
well, it can be confusing if they're in a container, which way is the right way around.
Exactly.
Especially for like the P's, D's,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Q's, which are very, very similar.
Like that is B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of these are meant to be kind of calligraphy joined writing, but if
Yeah.
you use that as a P or a G, it's not going to work right.
Yeah.
No.
So you
And you could also turn it that way as well.
yeah.
People wouldn't
So
know and
like
could
there's
get
4 ways
themselves
you can get it
muddled up,
wrong,
isn't there? Yeah, exactly.
So just it's all about making life easier and just the design process much quicker as well.
Yeah. So in terms of storage, ladies and gents, if there's any guys watching, and we usually have a few, I'm sure they will when they know you two are on. So by the way, if any of you want to share this live tonight, please share it. Let everybody know about the sweet stamps because they're amazing. But the good thing is that they're just so pretty, easy to use, and these girls are going to show you exactly how easy they're to use. But we have some exciting news as well about your patent being
Oh
applied
yes.
for.
So it's actually about a year ago now. The birthday's coming up. The sweet stamp birthday's coming up soon.
Uh-huh.
That I
1 year birthday.
Yeah,
It feels
yeah.
like longer, but
yeah, it's been we've done a lot in the last year. But I developed this product and concept maybe about over a year ago, and I decided to launch it on the 2nd of March last year. And I never thought it would be as popular as it is. It's kind of like overwhelming, but I really believe in my product. I believe in innovation, and I decided to go for a patent. So all my applications are in for 150 countries, and it covers the whole product, the whole concept. And I only launched that about a week and a half ago.
Oh,
So
fantastic! We're very pleased for you.
no, it's a lot of investment. It took a lot of time and dedication, but I'm
Yeah.
delighted. So
Good.
I feel relieved that it's in there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're delighted for you as
Thank
well.
you.
And we're delighted to have you as part of our collaboration
Yes.
here at Sugar and Crumbs.
It's a good
Even though
team.
we haven't let you off the drive. Keep those gates locked, Maria. You're not going anywhere. So then, with the sweet stamps as well, because let's just get all the talking out the way. So other things that you need or use with them, or you have to use, or they're an optional thing. So let's talk about one bone of contention.
Yeah.
The tacky pad. Do you need it or do you not need it?
So I would suggest getting this product, but if you want to just maybe try out the letters first, that's no problem. It's not 100% necessary. That pad was developed with applying lettering to the side of the cakes in mind. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, or Emily might because she's got 2 hands available. How to use the tacky pad and have it completely perfectly lined up. Some people have said, why is it not clear? Well, it's very hard to find a clear, hard and food safe surface.
Yeah.
So this is what I've come up with, and I will show you how to make everything perfectly in line. You don't have to have it clear. Trust me, we'll show you, and it's just a breeze.
Yes.
But you can also use the letters individually. You don't need this. I would always apply my letters on flat surface, maybe on your cake board, without the pad.
Yeah.
But just for applying to the side of the cake, I would use this one. And there's also another pad. I don't know if we have it handy at the moment.
It's cookie.
The cookie one.
Cookie one.
So it is it's a small round one, and it was actually designed to work with the cookie set. So these two work together, but you can also use this round pad with the larger letters as well. The idea of this is for repetitive work. So if you have maybe 50 cookies or cupcake toppers, and instead of just lining them up every single time, you're going to have your letter arrangement on this, stuck to this pad, and then you can emboss again and again. So it just saves you time again. So we're all about quick, easy ways to save time. Because you know, when you're decorating at 1 or 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
You need all the time you can get.
You start going cross-eyed. You don't want to be doing spelling mistakes then.
no. So
Right.
that's the whole, well, not the whole range. We do have a few extras like the element range.
Yeah.
The elements are like designs that you can, you know, maybe frame your words around, or like we have unicorn eyes that you can emboss so you don't have to paint the unicorn eyes. We'll find them in a few minutes. We'll go through them with you as well.
Do you have Valentine's or?
Yeah, we have the Valentine's set in the bag.
Yeah.
Is that down there?
Yeah, no, I
I'll
have
show you a quick example of the elements. So they're just kind of like designs rather than letters. So the core range of Sweet Stamp is the letters, but we have other
I
designs.
don't know where all my elements are. What have I done with them?
This is the love set.
I just laid them out in my hand.
They're a bit dusty.
Yeah, they came from the show. So
Part of show.
the part of show. So there's loads of little bits in it. You
Yeah.
can create stuff, and it has words pre-made. So love and XOXO.
This is actually a nice one. This is a heart with an arrow, and I designed this purposely to fit with the lettering of the cookie set. So if you wanted to do A and D or put initials in that, you can do that as well.
We could have me M and D, couldn't we? Look, Maria's eyes lit up over there. She likes that. Eh? Maria and Danny.
Yeah.
Who's going to be yours, Laura?
Nobody.
Nobody?
Just me, myself, and I.
John would say it was really cheesy if I put C and J.
Oh.
We're so going to put C and J.
If you put C and J, they're like, oh God.
We'll make him a cookie. We're going to make John a C and J cookie. Yeah. So all the elements, I think you have all of them in stock.
I think I do. I've not
No,
put
there's-
those. I've not put those on yet, but
Yes.
I will put them on.
Yeah, so they'll be available
Yeah.
just after the video maybe, or soon after.
I'm looking forward to doing your bunny ones, your Easter ones.
Yes, they're adorable.
Yeah.
And I want to give a shout out to a Sweet Stamp artist called Jennifer, who does all the beautiful pictures. I send her over my my new elements, and she creates beautiful pictures. So you can see on Carol's website and even on my Instagram page all these beautiful cookies and cupcake toppers, and that's what Jennifer does.
Yes, you know me,
Oh,
Tiger,
nice.
so go check her out.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she's
Stuff is
she
fab.
is just a hobby baker and just has this amazing talent. So she deserves a shout out.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
hi Jennifer.
good.
We love you.
That's what we want. Brilliant.
Oh,
Fantastic.
I have to give a shout out to David, my boyfriend, as well.
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Oh, Dave is so good, isn't he? You met Dave, haven't you? Remember Dave?
Do you remember the
Yeah, the
London
poor
show?
guy who had to carry that massive heavy box of sweet stamps in, nearly broke his back.
So we'll say
It
the
was like
background
the-
of the story. I think it was the Tuesday, or the Monday or the Tuesday, we got in touch and he wanted to stock Sweet Stamp.
Yeah.
And we're just chatting, and you were like, we were going to the cake and bake show in
Yeah.
London on that Friday. And he's like, you should come over. And I'm like, okay.
No.
So booked flights, started producing a lot of stock, and we shipped it over as quick as possible. But to get the stock to the show, we had to ship it to Carroll's hotel.
Yes.
And me and David arrived in a taxi, and David had to carry a 30 kg box
Yes, he did.
from the hotel
He did.
Oh,
to inside
God
the show
bless him.
centre. And
Yeah.
oh, he was
I
a
felt
pain.
so sorry
Yeah.
for him.
And we arrived at the show, and we were sweating. We didn't have food. We were just trying to get there in time, and we started live. I think this is the So we started live, and Carroll hasn't used Sweet Stamp yet, so she picked it up and she was introducing. She's like, "This is Amy from Sweet Stamp, and this is Sweet Stamp," and she just turned the whole thing upside down. And we were just
Straight away, like.
live. I'd say 10 seconds, and that broke the ice anyway.
Do you remember that? I just turned him
I
upside
think
down.
everybody remembers that.
And I went, that's what happens when I'm alive. That's what happens. No doubt I'll probably do it again
It
tonight
was
by
so
mistake.
funny though. And
But it's so funny. And then I was taking the mickey out of you having shakes, not realising what
yeah,
you've
we were
been
running
through.
around.
Yeah, not realise that you've just been like demented idiots getting to the live. Because we were panicking because you were like on the minute, weren't you?
Yeah, it was. It was
And,
actually.
And we're live.
I
And
know,
there were
man.
so many people waiting because this
Yes.
is my first time showcasing Sweet Stamp. So people were interested, but I didn't think there'd be people waiting, so it was great.
Yeah.
And the rest
No,
of
it was
the people-
fantastic. We had a massive crowd.
Yeah.
All morning they kept coming, didn't they, Maria?
Yeah.
Asking when are they coming?
Do you remember
So-
the name of that the woman and her daughter who came over that day and they bought all the Sweet Stamp that was available? Really nice customer. I can't remember the name. They came over.
I
to us.
actually never served anybody. I was too busy helping you.
Yeah.
But I never sold
I
one
wish I
set.
remember.
Did you?
I'm sure
You
they're
were selling them,
watching.
weren't you? Did you sell it to that lady?
So she was a woman with her daughter, and she bought it all, and she's lovely, like just the nicest people. I can't remember their names. They came over to the stand in Birmingham as well.
But so many people get addicted to them.
Yeah,
they
so she just
want
like
all.
they want it all. Yeah, so
But it was a bit like that at Cardiff, though, wasn't it? People were buying sex as
Frenzy.
well.
it was a great
Yeah.
show. Really
Good.
enjoyed the show.
So did you get that, guys? That's a big hunt. You get addicted to them. You want to buy as many as you can.
Yeah.
So should we get on with this demo then? Should we
Absolutely,
move these out of the way? What are we going to demo first?
So will we show taking them out of the tray for the
Yes.
first time?
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
Good idea.
It's like
So
seasoning.
should we show them my way or your way?
Well,
I think Carroll should demo this part. She's an expert at it.
I think they're not too far apart, the techniques of first removing them from the tray.
Yeah.
So just remember that with most new products, like if you get a new pair of boots, you need to wear them in, or if you have a new cake tin that needs to be seasoned, sometimes it takes a while for the product just to release. So when you get your tray, as is, you take off the film. It comes with a protective film just like this, you see. You probably don't really see it, but that's the protective film. And you rip that off, and then you have your set like this. And then for the first go, you just want to just put them all upside down.
So
Gently.
I am right then, aren't I?
Yeah.
I just don't need to do them at a live 3 foot high.
And don't do it. Yeah, and make sure you're not going to tip them onto the floor. Make sure it's nice and safe, and just kind of encourage them all to come out. So they all came out perfectly there, but in the rare situation where there might be one left, so let's just put the one back in. So let's just pretend that's nice and snug there, and it's just not releasing as easy. We're going to just grab a craft knife, and just like when you take your sponges out of your cake tins, you just get a knife or some sort of surface to just press and release the sides. So you're just going to go around gently, press and release the sides, give it a little wiggle, just like that, just pressing in, and then it should just fall out. So that's just how you do it at the first time. There might be a few little, I don't think we have any here, but a few little extra bits. Maybe the inside of the 6 was still
Why
there.
don't you open one of mine? See over there, I've got the handwritten numbers.
Oh yes.
Why don't we open that then? And then you can show
Yes, I
them
can
little
see.
bits that all
So
fall
here,
out.
this is a brand new set here.
Yeah,
Emily's going to start doing the jigsaw work.
yeah. So you put them back in, Emily.
So if you've got kids at home, just give them a little task of a jigsaw.
And the good thing is once they're out, do put them back in. Do put them back in and then save them like that.
Yeah.
And guys, you know what? Just buy yourself a nice container. They sell lovely containers down at Hobbycraft to store them. But I do believe that you're going to be bringing out some nice little boxes for them soon,
Yeah,
aren't you?
I'm always
We're
thinking
hoping.
of ways to improve and innovate and make everything easier. So right now the actual Sweet Stamp is a storage system in itself.
Yeah.
But some people have been saying that they want something else. So I'm going to look into that 100%.
That'd be super.
I have just so many other ideas as well. So it's
But
trying
at
to
the
get them all.
moment, it's like when you buy anything though.
Yeah.
If you buy that craft knife, you don't get a
Oh,
box
this has
with
a
it and
little
it's
corner.
sharp.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. But you can see these little kind of triangles.
bring up this
You can
camera.
just pop them out. So you can just get your knife in there. This knife is blunt. Blunt. Do you have a square?
Sorry.
Yes, there was.
Well, I'm going to show you the what I mean here even more. If you can see the inside of the TH there. So when I'm going to pop them over, you see you have little
That's
extra
good because
bits.
they can see all the little
Yeah.
bits now.
So you're going to have sometimes there is extra bits there, and you just figure out what is in the set, put it to one side, get rid of the bits in the middle, and just throw out what you don't need.
Yeah, that's what you need to
all,
do.
yeah.
It was really funny because when the stamps, people first started getting them, they thought they had to save those little bits.
Yeah.
And people didn't want to throw them away. But this is why I like the pad, because when you put everything back in, you know you've got everything. So it's quite safe to throw those little bits away, and then they just all come out nice and easy, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just how to do to release the new.
And you'll
new
see
set.
that when we released those, a few of them didn't come out, so you just got to give them a little extra
So
tap.
this is a. Do you have a scriber there?
Yeah.
This knife is kind of very blunt.
Sorry.
So it's well used. So you can use your scriber or your knife to just lift and release. Let's say this one might be a little bit snug. So you see, I'm just releasing every side, and that will come out easily. Now you want to be really careful. These are they're not delicate, but if you're going to, especially like the 5 there, if you're going to force it out, you're going to have a problem. See, that will snap. So once you know how to use it properly, there's not going to be any breakages, unless you drop it on the tiled floor.
But the thing is, if they wiggle them and then they turn the tray upside down, they will come down. You're just giving them a little bit of loose, aren't you?
The only way you will break sweet stamp is by forcing it out. So just be, gentle and take your time.
Oh yeah, another little trick for taking advantage about the sugar paste.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get some tacky sugar paste.
But would they come out the first time with the tacky sugar?
No, not the first
Maybe
time.
not.
The first time you have to clear them out,
Yeah.
don't you? So to me, the first, it's like when you get a new pair of shoes. You get a new pair of shoes, you've got to stretch them a little bit, wear them in a little bit, haven't you? So these, you've just got to take them out a couple of times, and then they just slot in and out.
So
Then
no
they become
problems
really
there.
loose.
And that little triangle, get rid of that. That helps you put your scriber underneath and lift up gently.
Yeah.
And then
Still got number in there, number
there's
4.
4, yeah. So just like
There you
that.
go.
So just gently. You want it when you're releasing them, try them as flat as possible and bring them like upwards. And then we have the exclamation sign. Yeah, that's coming out easily. So just like that. So that's your first go of removing your sweet stamp from its tray. And I'll just pop them back in. So do you want to go on to? Do you want to show them how to release with the fondant?
Yep.
Or sugar paste? We were in Australia a few months ago.
You call it fondant.
Yeah, because they call it fondant over there, and it's in our heads now. We keep calling it fondant. But it's sugar paste here in Ireland and the UK.
Yeah.
Confusing.
Yeah.
So you just need a tacky sugar paste or fondant, depending on where you are.
So how do you make a tacky sugar paste?
Well, it's just a brand. You just want to go for a tacky one or just soften it up. Sometimes I find if my
So
hands,
Renshaw would be
my
good
hands-
then, because that's
yes.
quite tacky, isn't
But
it?
you just, even if it's a dry sugar paste,
You
you
could
have a tiny bit of water.
tiny bit of
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Dump it.
Like even I was fiddling around there, I had quite a clammy hand from being nervous. But they come out just with like, the tackiness of your finger, or this sugar paste is quite sticky.
Yeah.
So they
That's such a
come
good way. Why did we
straight
never
away.
think of that, Laura?
So simple and easy.
Yeah.
Really?
And
For
you
real?
always have sugar
Why did
paste
we not
around.
think of that?
So,
We're the girls who use a stencil and had to do it 3 times before we
no.
knew how to do it. Was
And
probably
then read the instructions.
I hate reading instructions.
Yeah.
You'll gather we do as well. We do. We sort it out after we mucked it up.
Yeah.
But that's just a really handy way of removing the letters when you have released them the first time. So every time you want to take your letters out, you either use your scriber gently or use that ball of tacky sugar paste. Do you have it again? So it's just as simple as pressing down. And just
Look at that. Amy can do it with one hand as well. Didn't even need her other hand to hold the board. You're determined to hide that hand, aren't you?
I don't know, it's just kind of like, I feel like it's no use, so let me just keep it here.
chop it off.
So that's just a real handy way to take the letters out, just nice and safely. And will we go on to actually embossing now and the few different
Let's show them a few
ways.
tricks, shall we?
Yes.
So will we maybe do a cake board situation? Because we've actually seen a lot of, especially on the Sugar and Crumbs group, there's been a lot of sweet stamp
And I've
posts
just
recently.
thought for a minute, sorry girls,
Yeah, go on.
and Laura's just reminded me there, here I am, I'm so excited that you're in the kitchen again, that I forgot to say hi to everybody. So hi everyone.
We've got a really good audience. So yeah, hi to everyone that's watching. You will notice we do get a lot of comments and the feed moves very, very quickly. So we are going to try and cover as much as we can can, just with Amy and Emily's hints and tips. And if there's anything that we do, miss by any chance, we'll do it after we've done the feed,
and then we can go. To answer any messages tonight as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So.
I think what it is, because we did Monday nights live, now we just want to do a bit more concentration, because everybody's really excited on Monday and they all wanted to see it and everything. And you end up doing loads of shout outs and shouting out names. That I think we'll do this session as let's keep it quiet, let you two girls concentrate so that they can come back for a second run. Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
Should me, you and Maria shut up and not say anything? Be amazed if I can keep my gosh shut. So everybody, hi. No matter where you are in the world, give us a wave. Let us know where you are. Emily and Amy are going to answer all your questions later, okay?
Yeah.
So if we don't answer them on the live, it's because we were here on Monday and we were trying to answer as many questions as we can. The reason I've asked the girls to stay and do another live is so that we can actually concentrate on showing you some of those things, okay? So we're not going to answer any questions tonight. The girls will actually tap in answers and responses to them later.
To answer everything.
So while they're up all night doing that,
which I usually am anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So sit back, enjoy. Our ladies and gents are fantastic. They know to sit back on their settee, enjoy with a cup of tea, and I'm sure they're all loving this. So we had a great response on Monday night. We sold really very, very well. And for those of you who missed out, I'm sure you're going to be back. And as we just repeat again, they've got their new pad out, the magical set, which is uppercase, lowercase numbers, and the and sign, the orange set. I've actually called it peach.
Peach,
yes. So I called it peach. I never thought of orange. I think I'm turning into a Marion Frost. A pale black.
Light grey.
Light grey.
Dark grey.
So anyhow, so guys, watch and enjoy. And what else was I going to say then, Laura? Yeah, so let us know where you are in the world. Give us a thumbs up and please feel free to share this live tonight on any other page that you think you could get away with sharing it on.
Yeah.
So girls, I'm going to shut and I'll let you get on with it. Do you want to tell them what you did?
Start the timer.
See if it can last 30 seconds.
So I'm just covering a board here and we're going to stamp something onto it. What will we say on the board?
Maybe Easter. Easter's coming up.
Yes.
And it's not too long a word, so we won't bore everybody.
Yeah.
But I've actually noticed on your group, Carroll, the Sugar and Crumbs community group, that a lot of your sweet stamp customers are doing the sweet stamp on the board, which is actually a really quick and easy way to do sweet stamp.
Yeah.
The way you put the words on the side of the cake is also really beautiful and trendy. But if you want to do it on a cake board, you can do that on a Monday or the week before and just let it sit. So you don't have to do that the day that you are.
No, which is brilliant, isn't it?
So it's something you can do in advance.
So talking that, let's just go over that then, because I've also, when I saw people coming up, they said that they'd had to push really hard.
Yeah.
And I realised that those people hadn't realised that you put your sugar paste on soft
Fresh,
and you impress them.
Yeah.
And then you can leave it to dry or you can paint straight away. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
But not to push the stamp on when it's hard.
Yeah.
It's all about embossing, and if your sugar paste has gone firm, it's not going to work.
No.
So we have the elegant set here, and it is one of my favourites, so I'm going to use that.
Yep.
Emily's taking the knife out. She likes doing it this way. I prefer using the ball of tacky sugar paste, whatever works for you. That's the same thing with all cake decorating. There's no rules. Whatever works for you, and whatever. Well, obviously, there's certain safety issues with fresh cream and stuff, but with the cake decorating, there's no rules, so don't feel pressurized to just conform to exactly how things are said in the instructions. Just go with the flow and see what works. So we're just taking all the letters out and just spelling out the word. Now I actually will talk about the or. So or in calligraphy looks like this. Emily, do you want to show which camera is on us? Yeah. Or, sorry.
Or,
yeah. I had a hard time in Australia saying the tree, because the people are like, tree? What? Tree. And my friend Laurie, she's Canadian, she always says, say 33 and a third, Amy. I don't see how funny that is, but
we do.
So how do you say or properly? R. So R. I sound like a pirate. R. Is this camera on? that so it's this way, because you know the way you do
I put it on that way by mistake.
Yeah, it can be done accidentally. Now, only us will know. Like the product creator will. I'll see it.
You just look at your tray as a guide, and then you just make sure it's the right way around.
That's what I like about the guide, because the guide is showing you the right way.
And you know it's matching.
Yeah, so everything is in order on the pads and exactly the way they should be.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the word Easter. So Emily's going to show you how to line them up on the cake board.
Yeah, so I'll do it kind of around the curve of the board, and that way if you have a cake you can pop that on top and it'll just sit really, really nice.
I've actually seen people measure, let's say you have a 5-inch cake here, they get a drum or a card and they just measure a circle, and then you can...
I think we actually have a small cake dummy here, so it's a small one, but I just to kind of give you...
If you wanted, you could just lightly go around and just
so you know where the cake will sit.
Yeah.
And then you can frame it around.
That's a good idea, isn't it?
I've learned that idea.
I like that
from your
idea.
group. I've seen people
I saw it the other day and someone posted up, so it's a nice
like that
occasion
idea.
to have to share.
This is why we need you here, for you to tell us. We thought we knew it all, didn't we, Laura?
Of course. So the idea with sweet stamp is to have all the letters touching. Now I have seen people not have the letters touching, and that's a style, that's okay with you. But once again, there's no rules.
But you know what I think that is? I think that's a confidence thing.
Yeah.
I think I did, when I did them the first few times, I didn't have them touching.
Oh,
and then I saw somebody else, and it was you. I said to you, Amy, does this look all right? I sent you a picture, and you said, oh, join them up. And then I had to try and work out then how to join them up, but they do join up easily.
So sometimes the uppercase doesn't join, but if you can actually, if you want to get camera in here, I will show you. What camera
do you want to turn the board round?
Yeah, just turn it around and come towards the centre a little bit more, and then I'll be able to zoom in. Perfect.
You can see here, now, especially with the elegant set, nothing is in line. So like the letters can go up and down, it doesn't have to be straight. So sometimes the uppercase doesn't have to touch, but if you want to, you can. And then we have them all kind of rolling and touching each other just slightly. Now you can see really well here with the E and the R. You see the way the line just kind of comes around.
We're all going to be going home, aren't we?
So that's just a really cute way just to, you know, if you're doing an Easter cake board or something like that. And then let's say we don't have any of the Easter elements here, but you can put maybe the bunny from the Easter element, or maybe a little decoration. Let's just...
Even the hearts would work, would it?
Yeah, like depending on what you want to do. But if this was a Valentine's cake, you could do the same thing as well. So that's what the elements are. They're kind of for all those extra little bits.
Flower would work for Easter, quite nice.
Yeah. Well, we're just going to show the options for embossing now. So you can emboss one by just pressing. But I'm going to recommend that you emboss the whole thing in one go, because it's even then. So you're not going to have one that's a little bit deeper than the other. And
I'm going to move that board into the middle bit.
if you want to just emboss it lightly, and then you can go over it after if you make any little mistakes.
So tell me, that's a good point, that. So we already discussed this on Monday night as well. I like to press them nice and deep.
Yeah.
And I get them people... I like to press them nice and deep so I can see them, but I think that's because I'm blind as a bat. Because when I lightly impress them, I feel as though I can't see them.
Yeah.
But there's no right and wrong in that.
No.
I know you prefer to do them light,
Yeah.
but I do press them deeper just so I can really very clearly get them round.
Yeah.
But there's no... Just
No
so
rules.
everybody knows,
Yeah.
I don't want people being like, oh my God, I pressed them far too deep.
Yeah. Well, the reason I developed Sweet Stamp was so that people who can't do the calligraphy or handwriting, or just who can't do it freehand, can emboss and paint. So the whole idea is just to give it a light indent, and your customer thinks you have really good handwriting.
Yes.
But if you like the deep emboss, that is completely fine. I do find it harder to paint though, because you're creating a wall of sugar paste that you might hit off when you're paintbrushing.
Oh, I think the lighter embossing is perfect. I mean, to be fair, I think if I could do it lighter, I would.
Yeah.
But I just want to reassure people, if they just go that bit deeper, don't panic. It still looks nice. If you're quite right, it does create a wall and you can't help but get your paint on it.
Yeah.
But you have to stand back. It still looks nice. We're very critical of what we do, aren't we?
Yeah, but everybody has their own different ways.
Yeah.
And, you know, things look well in different circumstances. Like for instance, Michelle, who has done the Harry Potter cake for the Sweet Stamp demonstration, she actually embosses them quite deep, and that's her style.
And she manages to paint it really. She's very careful about it. So
do you think we could get a camera on that cake, or would? to show people how deep
Yeah.
it's embossed.
Yeah.
It's just on the bottom tier.
How beautiful is that? But she's really worked on that with that
Yes.
there. I have to say that's fantastic.
It
Can you
goes
see
all
that
the way
there?
around.
Yeah.
It's a
So
Harry
this is
Potter
the
cake.
Harry Potter cake here, and she's wrote all the way around it. I mean, she must have the patience of a saint.
She is.
She loves painting.
Yeah, she must
very
do.
talented.
But it's lovely. But that's actually a good idea to talk about that as well. And we did mention this on Monday as well, that the cookie set is great if you want to do it on the top of the cake. If you want to, though that's quite a big cake, that I think it's a 12-inch, isn't it?
Probably,
Yeah.
It's a big one.
So, but like if you want to do a smaller cake or on top of cookies, the little cookie ones are great for doing a little verse on top of the cake if
Yeah.
you wanted to write.
The twinkle
Happy
twinkle.
birthday,
Yeah.
John. Or,
Yeah, and you want to write a lot more on a cake, isn't it? But no, it looks fantastic.
So we have the letters here and they're going to be ready to emboss. So if you want to press them down individually, you can. I don't do that myself. Emily does like to do that, but just be careful with the larger letters. If you're going to put pressure on one side, it's very rare for it to break, but that could happen.
Yeah.
So just gently press in. But I like to do it this way where, do you want me to do it, Emily?
Do you mind?
It's a one-handed job.
Film's
so I
on
can,
that.
so the film is on this pad, but you can use a smoother or any flat surface. So
Yeah, I use a
you use
cake
cake
pad.
boards.
Yeah.
Well, let's use a cake board so I don't confuse people with the pad anyway.
Yeah.
So we're just going to use another cake board, and I'm just going to press down. Now, I'm not used to this. What brand is this? Sugar
SPG,
paste?
I think it is.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too used.
Sugar
Oh, look
paste,
there, I go
alright.
pressing them deep. So I'm
Yeah.
not used to that brand. So when you get used to the brand you use and how deep to emboss. But then you just pop the letters out. If you've got like long nails or chunky fingers, you can
Yeah.
just
They're a
use
little
your-
more tricky to remove, I think, when you go in deep. But
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the pad, they stick on the pad, so you don't have to remove them
Yeah.
like this.
and one hand it's hard.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, but some people do sort of say it's a lot of money, and the thing is, of course I would agree buy a tacky pad, but when you know, some people think, oh, I need to buy a bit at a time, and I don't want them to worry. They can use them even if they haven't got a tacky pad,
Yeah.
and then come back and buy a tacky pad at a later date.
Yeah, well,
You
that's
know.
the great thing about having stockers like you here in the UK, that you
It's
get
got
quick
everything.
deliveries and you do
Yeah.
really good deals on like dispatch
Yeah.
as well. So
And just to remind everybody, we are a couple of pennies dearer, more expensive than you guys. But our thing is we do offer free delivery on
yeah,
orders
so it
over
actually works out
£40,
cheaper, I think.
and that makes us cheaper than you then.
Yeah.
So anybody who is looking, you know, and the other thing as well, we only sell ours in sets. So sometimes, I'm not trying to take away business from you girls, but you, because you're the manufacturer, you do sell them either individuals or whole sets.
Yeah.
And I think some people have got a little bit confused when they've seen it,
They think
and it's
yeah,
half
cheap.
price,
Yeah.
and then they haven't actually bought a full set. I've chose the option to buy them as full sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like what we're saying is my website has upper and lower case separate,
Yeah.
but it actually costs much more to buy the two of them together than
Yeah.
buy the set from
Yeah.
from showroom homes.
Exactly.
So I've embossed deeper than my preference, but that might work for you. That's no problem. And sometimes I can go over it with a flexible smoother. These are the
Barinas.
Barinas ones.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
And first time using it's lovely. It's got
Yeah.
the two layers for grip. And if some bits are bulging, you can just neaten them up like that gently. And I think that's a lovely emboss.
Yeah.
And if you felt that you've gone too light on one side, you can just put the letter back in and emboss again.
Yeah.
So I've seen people leave this blank.
Yeah.
Or you can luster dust it to bring up the details,
Mm.
or we'll paint in. Will we maybe go on to the next
Yeah.
embossing,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then we'll go to painting after.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're going to do the side of the cake.
Yes.
And while you're doing that, I'm just going to have a route round to see what I've done with the embellishments.
Yeah.
I think I've lost everything today. The kitchen's been raided.
Yeah.
So just excuse the noise, everybody. I'll crawl on the floor and look in under cupboards.
So because you have to cover your cakes and have them fresh to emboss, we covered these before we started, and just cover them with cling film. So we'll see how it works. It's a bit of an experiment to see if it's still soft. I'm sure it will be fine. So what will we emboss onto this?
So let me see. Let's just do my name. I'm always making
Yeah.
my name.
It's three
Yeah.
three
Your
letters.
name
It's
is
easy
everywhere.
and quick.
everywhere.
So
We try a different style.
Yeah, maybe the handwritten, so I can show you what I mean about the
A.
upper.
Well, why don't you do a Maria and a Laura and an
Yeah.
Emily?
Okay, so let's start
Okay.
with Maria, because this is the same situation with the larger looking letters. So taking the Maria out. We're going to use the sugar paste again. This is not a one-handed job with the scriber. So the sugar paste has got a little bit dry again, so you just dip it in water or just knead it a little bit more. M-A-R. I think I made your name before, didn't I, at the London show? Yeah. So I'm going to use A twice. So that's a good name to show you that you don't need loads of extras in the larger sets. So I'm going to show you the trick I was talking about with the tacky pad and how you don't have to have a clear surface. So we have our freshly iced, well, it was freshly iced, sealed, now it should still be, I think it's still soft.
But you did something that was quite good that I liked about that. So when you, like some people get a bit stressed, I do covering a cake, okay? So,
Take a breather.
and then that's what I mean, you do need a breather and a cup of tea after you cover the cake,
Shot.
don't you? So you're actually amazed at yourself if you've got it right, haven't you? You've got to go and congratulate yourself. But what I did like is that you cling filmed it to help so it didn't dry out. So I thought that was a great tip that we should share with everybody.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready to come back after celebrationary cup of tea,
Open the champagne.
we can get on to the next stage.
So I'm going to show you the trick that describes why you don't need to have a clear surface for this pad. So this pad is 4 inches high. So most of the cakes are 4 inches high. I know you can get the double barrel and so on, but the majority of cakes are 4 inches high. So this tacky pad is 4 inches high. I think this is a 5-inch high cake, so this will still work. So I'm going to peel off the protective film that's on the pad. This pad's been used a good bit, has it? I think it was from the show.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to use this film as a way to space and guide my letters onto my pad. It's because this is 4 inches high as well, and this is 4 inches high, and the cake is 5 inches high. So I want the lettering kind of in the middle, so I'm going to put them a little bit higher on the pad, line them up exactly as I like. So we are going to be using the A twice. So I'm just going to leave the gap at the end, and we are going to emboss that individually after.
I'm going to give you an hard one to do. But it's good to show them how to use a letter twice.
So we have the 4-inch high film, and then we have the pad that's also 4 inches high, and it has this surface here. You're going to touch this and it's not going to be sticky, but it can, like the likes of icing sugar and oils can cling to that. So if you need to wash that, just some light soapy water. I think Emily's used dipping solution before.
Yeah.
That has worked, but I've used the light soapy water. So you just want to protect it from getting dirty. Now this does look a little bit dirty because we had it at the show and you can see there's dust on it. So let's say a little prayer. Yeah, so it's working. So there, everything's transferred and it's on the pad. Now you can also, if you want to press them in just a little bit more, you can, and nice and secure. So the pad is going to be resting on your tabletop, and you're going to press and pivot. I'm going to ask Emily to do this because I
Me too.
yes.
Maria.
But if
Maria. Sorry.
what angle to get to?
So Maria's in on the camera as well with you. So Emily, if you can turn it round to the camera so they can sort of see.
So you can
So Maria can get in as well.
Yeah.
So you're going to press by leaning on the tabletop and pivot. And Emily can actually see how deep she's embossing from above.
Yeah, you can see down and you can see your letters.
And don't forget you have pressure here, here and here. So make sure it's nice and even. And have a practice go to dummy once or twice and you'll be flying after this. It just means it's going to be much quicker and easier to emboss on the side of your cakes rather than trying to press them down individually. So
And you'll
how's
see-
that there? That's
You'll
perfect.
see on the top of the cake you also used a smoother to keep it nice and
Yeah.
flat, so you did indent your fingers into the cake.
So now we have Marie, and we're going to put Maria at the end. So we have the A, we're just going to remove that gently off the pad. And then you're just going to, can I just see the cake? You're just going to line it up and emboss. So you can emboss the whole word individually if you wanted, but this just makes everything much easier. And maybe Emily, you could just smooth over the surface if there's any bits bulging. It just makes them nice and flat. And that's as easy as that.
Yeah, fantastic.
And that's a
That
dummy,
looked
so
nice
it's
done in a nice silver or white or something.
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yes, silver.
Yeah.
Or what's the colour? Gilver. So it's a mix between silver and gold.
Oh,
It's
really?
beautiful, yeah. So just be sure that your buttercream or your ganache is nice and firm before embossing onto a sugar paste covered cake. Because last thing you need is anything squashing out. So I'm sure you're used to your consistencies and so on, but just don't press too hard. You can see how light that is, and that's not going to make a difference to what's underneath it as well.
Super.
So painting. I think that's all the applications, isn't it? Oh, we want to do the cookie pad situation.
Oh yeah,
how to
show me how to do cookies.
So we're just going to do all the embossing.
We do cut out 5 different to show.
Yeah,
using
so I'll get the cookie set.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to do my name because it's 3 letters.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got the cookie
We could
pad.
do Laura on one.
Oh, well,
You've got 2 A's in the cookie.
Oh.
Oh, Laura on the cookie.
I'll just do. Emily's a nice name for this.
No, we want Laura.
Oh, that's fun. Laura, do you want it? I think we're going to do Carroll. Yeah, we're going to do Carroll.
Yeah, no, Carol's not as nice a name as Laura and Emily.
Okay, so we're just going to take this. This is a new enough set. So once again, we're going to have the pad, and you're going to take the thing off it and sit it down, and you're going to spell your word on the pad.
Maria, sorry.
The
Maria.
same size.
Sorry,
too.
Maria.
I emboss first and then cut after.
Sorry. You were in.
So, girls, isn't this live flying? You've been going live 1 hour.
I know.
An hour.
Yeah, 1 hour. Flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, oh, by the way, I keep meaning to say, I should say this every live, is that if you see a young lady's arm appear,
Or the
or
whole
usually
camera.
or a young lady with a big fluffy woolly jumper on, because she's always freaking cold, it's Maria. So those people who have not seen Maria before, Maria makes lots of little 1-minute videos, and for her to do that, she does have to sort of like invade Emily and Amy's space, or whoever's here on our live, and you'll see that there's a bit of whispering because it's always Laura asking Maria to budge out the way. So God bless Maria. She has to be a contortionist. She has to get everywhere without anybody seeing her. So if you do see Maria, that's our lovely young lady who makes all the little videos for you. Quite a lot of you are aware who she is. And but just for all the newbies that are watching tonight, there you go.
That's Laura.
What are you laughing at?
Maria's arms slowly dropping into view.
So I'm just using a scribe to space these out because they're such tiny letters. You might be arranging them with your fingers and they actually stick a little bit to the finger.
Yeah.
So nicely spaced out. And then I'm just going to get my pad.
Oh, you did do my name.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I'm going to have a name on a cookie.
And then line it up on the pad and there we go. So
Fantastic.
just make sure they're nice and secure and we're going to do some multiple embossing.
Yeah.
So just again a light emboss. So this is the cookie pad. Yeah, it's all right. And the purpose of this is so you can do multiple designs.
Sorry, Maria. Do you want to come where I am, Maria?
No, it's fine.
You know, right, Emily. Oh, she done it. Maria, Emily,
We're
you were
gonna do
too
loads of them.
fast. You've got to do it
I'm going
again.
to do it loads of times, so don't worry.
You need to do it so Maria gets it. So I hope you're all enjoying it, everybody. Are you all sat there enjoying yourselves? These are the best hints and tips you're going to get.
Lots of likes and love hearts
Yeah.
so far, which is very nice.
Yes, by the way, do keep putting those thumbs up, those love hearts up. And really appreciate the girls. I know you're really very good when everybody comes into the kitchen and you're always letting them know how much you appreciate it. But I have kidnapped these girls now for several days. They've been stuck with me since Friday because we went to Cardiff. Then they did the Cardiff show. Then they came up on Sunday. They were here Monday and they've had to stay through till tonight. So they've got to go home because you're opening your new shop, aren't you?
Yeah.
Which is really exciting.
Very exciting.
So on Saturday, for those of you who are in Ireland, you could go over to the new Sugar Sisters shop,
Oh,
which
well,
is...
it should be Saturday. You know how these things work. But yeah, just keep an eye on social media.
Yeah. So if you want to buy the stamps, you can buy them off us, or you can, if the girls' shop does open up on time, it will be
And
on
if
Saturday.
you're in
We've done
Dublin,
that.
yeah.
If you're in
come
Dublin.
visit. And
Super.
your icing sugars and nozzles as well, they're all there.
Oh.
I've loaded the car. I've loaded the car.
We could have had another road trip, Carol.
Sure, because I think we might have to. I think we've got to repay it. We've got to be kidnapped to get that.
So
I think they've got plans for us being there, Laura.
I've just stamped 4 times onto just some sugar paste rolled out, and then whatever you can use, like a plaque, cookie cutter, or whatever you cut your cookies out with, use for your...
So that could be the cupcake topper, that could be your cookie topper, or you can also make a plaque and put that on top of your cake. or
Yeah, which
beside
is
your
quite
cake.
nice, isn't it? So, like, if you did it with a frilly edge or something like that, or a shape. You've got some shapes there haven't you, as well.
I can't see them here. But
I have
also,
plaques. Yeah.
There's also another trick that I saw recently. A customer of mine, she made sweet stamp topper, like actual standing up cake topper. So let's say if you don't have time to order your customized cake topper, you can actually make one. So you just make a plaque like this, maybe out of flour paste or something, maybe your sugar paste with some Tylo in it. You're going to let that rest for a few hours and with a skewer in it, and you can actually just put that into the top.
Good idea.
Yeah, and it's
Good
not my
idea.
idea. I can't remember.
We like that.
You'll see it on my Instagram page. It's a lovely white plaque with gold writing, and
Your page is really nice because so many people have put their ideas up, and so many people have been really very good to share all the things with you, what they've done. It's beautiful, isn't it, what they've done?
One of the techniques, actually, Michelle, who made the Harry Potter cake, came up with was actually putting little sprinkles into the letters, so we can show you that as well. We're going to go through the painting techniques, the different types of paint you can use, because it's not limited to just one brand or one type of paint, and different effects you can do with the letters. So we probably want to emboss something really deep just for the letters. Maybe we'll just do a single letter.
Do you want to do something with numbers on?
We can do
What should we do?
An 18 or 21
Yeah,
or
let's
something
do
like that.
the
Because you can show the ST, the 21st.
We'll do
thank you.
21 and we'll emboss that with sprinkles.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to do the sprinkles.
Oh, Carol got excited there.
Like that idea. Maria's going to love that idea.
So I'm actually going to just put the cookie ones back in their tray. So when you're finished with your pads, take your letters off gently and put your film back on, just so it preserves the tackiness of the pad.
Yeah, I think that is probably one of the most common questions that we get asked about the tacky pad. You know, how much life has it got in it? Why isn't it sticky to the touch? And you know, just sort of general things that you would sort of automatically think about. So obviously those are really good things that we've covered tonight.
Yeah, and it's not going to be something that's going to last forever and ever, but it will last a long time. Like Emily teaches a lot in
We do beginners classes, and you'd have 11 students every month at least for the year now have used the same set.
Yeah.
And I've never had to like replace my tacky pad, but I have had to just wash it down because, you know, if someone had a bit of grease on their hands or if
paint, you can see it all
corn flour got onto it, I just normally get the
Yeah.
dipping solution or rejuvenator spirit. I haven't tried alcohol, but I'm sure it's very similar,
the
so
same,
it would work the same, and I just give it a wipe. I've used it in warm soapy water as well, and once you get all the dirt and the grease, it works perfect. So
Yeah.
So I just want to do a little shout out because I've got a little bit of apology to make. I used one of your images that was a lady sent over to you. So she sent you a picture of her cake, and it was a polka dot cake with a baby's bottom and bouteilles. It's so cute.
Yeah.
So I used that in our advertising, and I didn't actually give her a credit. So there is a credit towards that picture now. So I just want to say a big thank you to Alyssa Harker Cake Design for allowing us to use that picture, because
very kind,
on sponsored advertising you can't actually do credits or tag people in, and she didn't realise that we couldn't do that. So I've actually put it into our write up, and I just thought as a really nice gesture, let's shout out her name. So it's Alyssa Harker Cake Design who did one of the cakes and sent those images over for you to share, which was lovely, and it was for the handwritten set.
Yeah, she was one of the first customers with the handwritten set, so that was a beautiful picture we shared on Instagram that somehow managed to get into your hands and be used for social media. But very talented. You should check out her page now. She has beautiful wedding cakes as well.
Super.
So we're going to go do the embossing with the sprinkles.
Yeah.
You can just emboss with the pad again because it's only 21. So we'll just get the pad out again, line up the numbers, and we're going to want to emboss this deeper because we're going to be filling the emboss part with sprinkles. So there you go.
cool. When I'm doing this, I really like to after embossing, let your paste dry for an hour or two, or preferably overnight. So I actually completely forgot that I was embossing deeper, so I'm just going to turn it over. It's because I was chatting. So normally when you roll out the back, it can be a little bit tackier, so I'm just going to put a little bit of corn flour on it.
Yeah, if you're finding that you're embossing and maybe it's a very humid day and the letters are kind of falling off, that could be due to the fact that your sugar paste is a bit too tacky and warm, because you know the way sugar absorbs moisture. So just use a little bit of corn flour, just like Emily just did there.
Okay, so I'm going to paint in a little bit of piping gel. Piping gel is really, really nice and sticky. I think edible glue works as well. I've not tried it, but
I used edible glue before. It's perfect.
It's perfect, yeah. So just as you would paint in your lovely colours or whatever, we're going to use painting gel. And whatever you wanted to stick, just paint it in. And I'm using the sweet stamp brushes here that are made specially for the sweet stamp, so they fit in really nicely. So there's a thicker and a thinner one. So I always just go in with my thicker brush, get the bulk of it done, and then I'll go back with the thinner one just to do the kind of harder to get little areas.
These brushes, I launched them about, must be 6 months ago even, and I was actually a bit nervous to launch them because I had just the sweet stamp range at that point, and I get very excited about things that I don't think other people get excited about. I get excited about tissue for wrapping parcels and boxes and like just silly little things. So I didn't think people would meet me with the same level of excitement. So when I launched them, I was really nervous. I think I built it up too much, and then people love them, and you know, everybody's recommending them. So it's just a really nice duo. And it's not just for sweet stamp, you can use them for painting as well.
They're absolutely lovely.
And I picked 2 sizes, 000 and 1, and they have a triangle handle, so you can hold them steady, and the bristles aren't too long, so you have more control when painting your sweet stamp as well.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
No, they are, I have to say, they're the nicest brushes to hold for being steady and everything. Absolutely lovely.
There's loads of great brushes out there as well.
Yeah. I love this little trick that you're going to do now.
Yeah, so I'm just going to pop it into a tray or the lid of a box or whatever you have that's handy, and it just stops all these little tiny little dragees going absolutely everywhere, which I've done before.
And we've dropped a whole tub of these, like a 1 kg tub.
Yeah. So like I said, ideally have your paste a little bit drier than we're doing because it doesn't mark them when the little dragees fall into it. So we're just going to sprinkle them in. So don't worry if it goes everywhere, because that's what the tin's for, it's going to catch them all. So you want to get really, really nice small dragees.
You can see what we're going to be doing next, Laura, don't you?
And then we can just let it pour off, like that.
It's lovely.
Absolutely lovely.
And how easy was that?
Yeah.
So I think they're called nonpareils on your website, aren't they?
Yeah.
And you can this is a mixed coloured one, so you can buy a few packets and mix your colours if you want multicoloured, or just
we sell them as a multicolour set, a rainbow set, and we sell them as individual colours as well. So then you could actually make up your own combinations and things.
That's a lovely pearl pink.
Yeah. And then we've got the rainbow colour one, which is really lovely.
It's almost like a unicorn.
Do you want to do one with the rainbow one?
I've been wanting to try it out with glitter as well. I haven't had a chance to try it yet.
Do you want to try with that new glitter stuff?
Yeah.
Why don't we?
It's a brand new product. We're not really.
Yeah.
It's an experiment, so.
Yeah, let's give it a go.
People love that though.
Yeah.
People love seeing things for the first time.
I'm going to find out how to get into the pot because it's a shaker.
Yeah.
So let me just see if I
do the same
can
again.
get into the pot.
Yeah, we've got a brilliant audience tonight. I think a lot of people have joined us from Monday night as well. But it's just a really good opportunity to recap on loads of hints and tips and tricks and hear it firsthand from Amy and Emily as well. So it's really good. We do our best to explain to people over the phone and via email and things like that. And I know Carroll's done a few Facebook Lives that have done demos for the sweet stamps before. And this is what we were talking about earlier. Once you've used them a couple of times, you'll find your own way. You know, whether you want to use the tacky pad, whether you want to use them and just impress on yourself. But hopefully we've given you, a few different ideas and a few tips and tricks tonight for you to use.
Super. Well done, Laura.
Thanks, Carol.
So just to explain what we're going to do there's this new product, Sugar Flare.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Up and down then.
What's a high? Don't, Emily. Amy. Sorry, Emily. Should we all do that again?
And I'm trying to switch camera as you've got hold of it and then Emily's got hold of it.
Do a bit of a dance in this house.
You don't even want to know what's going on in here.
So I'll just tell you, this is a new product out by Sugar Flare, and it's called a Rainbow Sugar Sprinkle Shaker. So it does come with this little little tabby thing that comes on the top. I've just dug it out, and then you're meant to shake it, and it's all edible over your cakes. But I did ask Emily and Amy if they would use it in this little thing. So when you sprinkle them out, I've just poured some into there, and then you're going to try it on this topper, aren't you?
Yes.
So I'll get out of the way and we can stop doing that musical game that we were just doing. We just needed Maria in that then, on the go.
Please add a song to that little snippet.
And just crop and take it.
Yeah.
Create your own GIF, you'll have a GIF next.
Sweet stamp dance.
Yeah, the sweet stamp dance.
Okay.
Oh,
So
dear.
let's see what
Let's see what
this
this looks like. Yeah, it'll be brilliant.
So first time ever used. But we get to have a bit of fun on these things. Why
Sugar,
not?
So it
sugar
might not
Blair
work,
will be
it might
really
work.
pleased.
Yeah.
It might not work with sweet stamp. It might. Let's see now.
Let's see how it
Find
goes.
out.
So I'm just going to make sure all the colours are mixed through. And
You
just
make sure they're nice and even.
kind of go for it. Mostly the blues.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's
It's
a lot
actually
in there.
it's kind of hard to see what it is from the
Yeah.
bottle, but it's coming.
It's
up quite
actually
nice.
Oh, but you know what? It
fun.
looks really pretty here, you know.
Yeah, it's really, really fun looking. And then
Yeah.
just kind of tap off the excess. You might need to go in with a brush then
Mm.
just to clean it
Oh,
up.
do you know what? That looks actually quite nice.
So a nice, clean, fluffy brush.
That's a
Yeah.
quick way if you don't have time to paint as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to do something different.
I bet some people won't want to paint after doing that. That's a
No,
lot
yeah,
easier,
That's
isn't it?
lovely.
So you could do this, you know, with the non-toxic glitters if you wanted, as long as it wasn't going to be eaten.
Yeah.
It's like a cake board or something like that.
Yeah, and it would look gorgeous.
It would look nice with the non-toxic glitter.
Yeah, as long as on a
Do you know
paper would be
what?
lovely
We should
to
have
do
a go
it.
at doing that, should
So-
we?
I love that idea.
Yeah.
You can tidy it
do
up a
that.
bit more yourself.
Loads of
but-
non-toxic glitter.
Yeah. Go get it.
That's really
That looks
effective.
really
So
pretty,
Can you see the
pretty.
sparkles?
Yeah.
Hammer. Sparkles,
I
sparkles.
think that's lovely. Yeah, that's not too bad, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah, so do I. I like both ideas. Brilliant. Well
We're
done,
having loads
girls.
of fun here.
So do you want
Go
to
back
do
to the
your up and
basics.
downy dancer now, the sweet dance dance?
I don't know
So
what's
bad.
going on.
No, neither do we. Neither do we, do we, Laura?
I was just switching the
I'm just glad
The way
Maria.
it is.
I feel sorry for Maria trying to film you while you're all going up and down.
So we show how to
Right.
use the sweet stick
Yes, let's do that.
palette. We didn't show that yet.
No.
These are on the
We're doing
website
different
now.
things. So if we use the sweet stick palette for this one,
Mhm.
and then we'll use some of the dusts for another one.
And then we have the ready-made paints as well. So
Yes,
we've
and
got
then we'll have the paint. Yeah.
We've got 3 things to paint in 3 different ways.
Yeah.
3.
So I'm just going to get some water and then a nice big brush just to mix it. So this is just water. And what colour will we do?
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
Do you know what? You're going on the blue, aren't you?
Yeah, so maybe the deep gold.
Yeah, or the
That's-
silver.
We use that one quite a lot. I think
Yeah.
that's the pure gold.
What about that whitey colour one?
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can try it
I
out.
think that look nice on the navy.
So this is pearl.
Yeah.
Or even rose gold might look good.
Mm.
Everyone loves
Rose gold's in now as well, isn't it?
So it takes just a few little seconds just to get it going. So the water just turns it into a bit of a paint. So keep working on it.
Just takes a few seconds to
Yeah.
activate. And you can control how strong you want it. If you wanted to have a light paint, you can maybe go now, or just keep massaging it and getting those pigments out. Because like it's hard, like that's
Yes.
going to be dry. That doesn't transfer. It's not like an eyeshadow palette.
Yeah, this we used on Saturday at the show in Wales, and it's completely dried up. And we just
Yeah.
closed the palette over and drove off.
Yeah.
And it's still fine.
So it actually lasts a long, long time. So it's 10 colours. So if you were to buy 10 colours of dusts, you're going to be spending much more than the palette. And then you have the really cool storage and
Yeah.
the vegan and the non-alcohol, if that's a,
You've sold it to me.
yeah. I just think that's so pretty.
I'm in.
I just
I'm
want
in.
it.
Yeah,
When I
colours
first
are
saw that, I was
gorgeous.
like, I don't care if it doesn't work. I need to own it.
We just have to have it.
Yeah.
It's one of those products, you know, it's
It's a
kind
bit
of
of a
like,
daft thing. We do get like that, don't we? We do get obsessive
Just
about
want
what we're
it.
having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
see it's kind of thickening up now, it's
Yeah.
less watery, and then you know it's good to go. So obviously you
Yeah.
can just try it out. If it's not thick enough, then you can go back in. So
Yeah.
but we just put this cake on the side because it's dummy
Yeah.
for the sake of showing the video.
yeah, at home obviously.
Well, no.
no.
You would
Because
want to-
they're going, do you want a turntable?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be
Just
Because
something to
what's
prop
going
it
to
up
happen,
on.
you need to show them because they'll say, well, what do we do when we have a real cake? And we don't want anybody moaning.
Yeah. Ideally,
So-
you would be sat down, so you can steady your hands.
Do you want a chair to swing round there?
Yeah, well, you bring a
Yeah.
chair and I'll
Right, let me give you Laura's chair. Thanks, Maria. And then I'll give Laura my chair. Right, girls, we've got about 20 minutes left. Then we have to boot you off. You've been here long enough, and we're going to allow you to go home tomorrow. We'll let you go and get
Work
that
as quick
ferret.
as you can.
So These, have we got a little bit of tissue? Just tissue. I've got piping gel on them, so good.
Let me go this way.
So I'm just going to take the piping gel off my brushes. So when you paint, you want to make sure that you're set up, you have everything here, and you want to steady your hand as best you can. So I always kind of cross my leg and rest my elbow on it. You might find something different depending on how high your counter is, that you might rest your elbow down here and you'll hold your wrist with your other hand. So if you, like, I've done this before and I've had a shaky hand and too much drink the last night before.
Well, you're now going to have a very shaky hand because somehow you've got to show this camera how you're doing it.
Okay, so I'm going to be doing this. It's going to really test me now.
No, could you see from there?
No, but I'm going to move.
Should we move this behind?
Yeah.
And put it here,
Yeah.
so we can show.
Yeah, I can do that, and I can swing this just to the side a little bit.
Right. So just a minute, guys. We're on camera.
Sorry, I'm going to block the
camera moving. So thank you all for watching that tonight. While we're just getting ready, get those thumbs up, love hearts going. Let's show these girls how much you appreciate them coming here tonight. Maria and Laura are just adjusting the kitchen so that Emily is in position so she can show you to paint nicely. So, and the only thing is, Laura, will we be on the camera now? We'll be this side, won't we? Don't be catching us, Maria.
Not yet. I'll tell you if we are. We're not live on that camera yet.
Great.
No, you don't need to see us.
Yeah.
Oh, you can.
I will now go and sit up
I
here.
think I'm going to stand here as well.
So do give those thumbs up, love hearts, let us know what you think. The girls are doing a fantastic job, and you know they've never done lives before. They've done videos but never done lives. I'm really very proud of them because it's very strange in the kitchen because you don't know who you're talking to, do you? You've just got us here in the kitchen and you don't know how many people are watching you, but we've got a fantastic audience watching you tonight, which is brilliant, as we did on Monday night. So funny, Laura was getting phone calls in the office. What were they saying to you, Laura?
People asking, is it a class? Yeah, people weren't quite sure what was happening. Can I please attend the class? What class? What have I missed? I've only been away a day.
Has Carroll not told me something again? Usually the way. Laura normally rings me and goes, Carroll, just tell me what's going on at the moment.
Okay, can I start, or is it still?
Well, you can start anyway because it's the whole name.
Yeah, you can start.
Yeah.
And then we'll show
We'll catch up.
the effect when everything's. Oh wow! I'm going to give you the sound effects. That's lovely. So it's like a real light.
We're just getting me out the camera shot
And me.
there. Crikey, I'm big, I can't get out the camera shot.
So yeah, it's a lovely contrast between the navy and the light rose gold.
So I think this paste is a little bit oily, and that's why it's kind of bubbling.
A little bit of bubbles,
Yeah.
But you can let that dry and go over a second time.
Yeah.
And the good thing about the paint is it's from this palette is it doesn't transfer once it's dry. So if you want to gently rub over it, it's not going to be dusty.
Oh.
That's Maria, don't worry. Not physically Maria, Maria's camera.
The pleasures of going live.
It wasn't actually Maria, she's absolutely fine. It was Maria's camera.
So you'll see, I'm just going over the bulk, bigger sections.
Yeah, it's quite interesting the way you're doing it. You're doing the bigger bits first, aren't you?
Yeah, just so I'm not going to keep swapping my brush over. This is just a quicker way of doing it. So go in and do your thicker parts first.
Like that, okay.
And that's what the brush set is very good because it's a perfect 2 sizes to do all sweet stamp work.
And then you can swap over your brushes.
So I need to hold my breath.
It's really easy to do actually. A lot of people worry, but because the grooves are there for you to follow, it kind of guides your brush as you go.
Yeah.
And the good tip for when you're painting is try not to hold your brush at an angle this way or this way. Try and keep it as straight on as you can, and don't have your brush too loaded. I did hear something about a good painter only has brush on the very end, or paint on the very end of their brushes. I'm not a very good painter though.
But that's the whole thing with sweet stamp. You don't have to be a good painter.
Yeah.
And somebody told me don't make the paste too thick. Make it a little bit more on the watery side.
The
Yeah,
paint
What do you
is it?
think?
It completely depends on what paint though you're using and what effect though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're going to go on to the dusts and the edible art paints, the actual ready-made paints, and how you can make them lighter or deeper, depending on what your preference is.
So you see I'm just going in with my small brush.
You're doing very well under pressure here, Emily. Doing very well.
I can see it in the camera here, it's looking
That's
great.
very impressive.
Well, I
It does
am
look good.
actually making a few mistakes, but I'm
But
not
because-
a very particular person. Well, I am in a sense, but for these sort of things, I think life is too short to be
But
worrying about.
I found that some people, when they've messaged me, they've got over worked up about it, and I've had to say to them, look, just stand back,
Yeah.
Good.
paint it, stand back, look at it, how your customer would look at it, and they don't see what you see.
No,
We're
you
very
always
critical.
see your own flaws, don't you? There's
Yeah.
always something you're not happy with.
And I'd always recommend when for your first few goes of sweet stamp, just use a light colour on, let's say, a white sugar paste, or
Don't go for black on white.
yes, maybe not what Emma's doing with the dark sugar paste and the light
Yeah.
colour. So you just don't see the mistakes if you are making them as easy. But it's very hard to make a mistake, and if you do make a mistake, it can be fixed with a little bit of a clean brush and some dipping solution.
Yeah.
Don't use water, because that just makes your sugar
Expensive.
paste sticky.
Yeah.
I think you actually have a great product on your website, don't you? The wipes.
The wipes.
The
Yeah.
wipes,
Oh yeah, you
yeah.
have them now. I
Yeah.
saw them.
Yeah.
So they like magic.
Yeah.
So they would work as well.
But the other thing as well is that I always think that when you first get these, go out, buy yourself some cheap sugar paste from the supermarket,
Yeah.
roll it out on a board and press different names and numbers on the board, play with them,
Yeah.
play with arranging them, play with bending them round, and then just paint them all in and just play.
So I might be able to
Fantastic.
go and do a second coat. I think it's just the paste is a bit oily, so you can see little bubbles.
But it looks great here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to say you can't see.
So you can go back over
Yeah,
if you
go
want.
back over a second time. I think sometimes you do have to go over a second time as well.
Yeah.
It's like everything, it's a trial and error. You know, when you very first started baking a cake, the first one was not perfect.
No.
You know, your bake wasn't perfect. How long you kept it in the oven wasn't perfect. You know, it wasn't
Sometimes
just
it's still not
done.
perfect.
No, exactly. Even though, you know, even hobby bakers, people who bake at home for fun, for family and friends, you can do one recipe for months on end, and then all of a sudden the cake doesn't bake properly.
Yeah, you don't know why. You did
Yeah,
the
the
same thing.
texture's different, or it doesn't rise.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many temperamental things that can happen with cake decorating and baking, and that's what you just got to take into account.
I'm going to tell you a funny story while Emily's painting there. A friend and somebody who helped me develop Sweet Stamp, Anne-Marie Calburn, she actually owns Cherub Couture Cakes in Ireland. She bakes so much every week. She's like a
Machine.
She is a machine, yeah. She actually did what you're saying. She had a mess up on one of her sponges, and she just asked her husband to go out and just throw it out the back. She actually has they're almost like pet foxes. They eat the scraps. And so Anne-Marie was getting all ready to do her week of wedding cakes and celebration cakes, and she walks outside downstairs, and she's like, "What the? He threw all the cakes out."
No way.
It's
Oh,
we can laugh at it now, but it wasn't funny
no, it's
then.
heartbreaking.
And you're talking like 4 or 5 wedding cakes, and maybe that's how she does a serious
You
dish.
just misunderstood what
Yeah.
she said.
Yeah.
Oh,
There was just one
no.
cake that she wasn't happy with. She's like, just throw it out the back to the foxes. It looks like a graveyard of someone. All you bakers will understand this.
Oh,
Looking at the picture, it was like,
Oh no! But she wanted to cry.
She said she laughed, but she was
No,
probably crying.
Yeah, it was
no,
like-
it's crying, definitely.
Is that this a like? Maria! Look at that, how
Beautiful.
pretty. Right, goody good. On to the next one. What
Yeah,
have we got?
no rest.
We've got the magical set on the board to do. Should we do those in some bright colours?
we actually didn't use magical.
Did we not use magical?
we have
No,
history
we did
here.
a lot of that on
Should we
Monday.
do
I'll
that?
show you
Yes.
some
Oh,
watercolour
Monday, God, I
effects.
We
said.
did a lot of that on
Yes.
Monday.
Yeah, sorry. I'm forgetting myself. I thought we were doing some things again. So,
I can show
Easter.
you a nice watercolour effect, and then I
Yeah.
can paint it in. It's a really
Yeah.
nice way of doing it. So it's kind of another
Go
technique.
on. What do
so,
you need?
So Eastery colours, pale blue will be a good one,
Yeah.
and a darker colour, maybe this purple is lovely. Look at that.
Carry your time.
These are pearls. Do you want these? We've got 10 minutes left.
Ooh. So a dark, maybe hot pink or hot. If that's a pearl, oh, they're all pearls.
They're all pearls. Do you want the matte colours?
Yeah, actually, that's
Let's
lovely
get
as
the
well.
mattes.
Yeah.
Because I've got, sugar. Let me just see where the mattes are. Bet I haven't brought them home because I've got a lovely matte bright yellow
Oh, that'd be
and
nice.
pink, but I don't know when I've brought them. I don't think I brought them home here.
Yeah, there's it.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
which
gold.
gold? Let's just see. We've got a yellow there, so let's use that yellow.
Yes.
We've got a lovely leaf green.
Yes.
Is that one? And what pink have we got here?
Oh,
What
the
pink?
pink's nice.
Do you want the petal pink or the blush?
Petal pink.
Petal pink?
Yeah.
Yeah, super. Are those just those 3 colours? Or do you want a blue as well? Oh, here, this is a lovely blue.
Oh
bright
yes, I
blue.
use that for painting then.
Yeah. We're live, John. John's just walked into the kitchen. Do you want the orange?
Yes. We're doing
Okay.
all the colours.
So we are here. So John's just walked in the kitchen. If you heard the door open, he's ready to feed the girls. So they've got 5-10 minutes to go. Sorry, John.
Right, okay, no rush.
The girls will be glad to be fed. They've been kidnapped since Friday.
No, I'm
And of course, we've not fed them. Right. Which petal pink do you want
I
then?
know, it just fell out.
Yeah.
It's okay. It'll work.
I don't know what Emily's doing here.
Neither do I. I've
To
never
be
seen
honest,
that much.
I don't.
I've never seen that. I've actually never seen that much colour used in my life. Crikey, Emily.
I'm actually going to do like a multi-watercolour thing, and then I'm going to paint it in after.
Right.
Oh,
So,
Okay.
It's gonna be lovely. Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah.
see what happens with the colours we have. I've not used these colours before, but they look absolutely stunning.
They're great. Yeah.
Yeah, nice and bright. So I'm using a bit of dipping solution, this stuff here. I prefer using this over like vodka or any alcohol you have at home because it has a very low water content, so it doesn't make your paste sticky and it evaporates nice and quick. So I'm just going to take a bit of my colour into a little bit of the dipping solution, and I'm just going to dilute it to make it really, really nice and pale. I always start off kind of paler. And if you have a sponge, actually a sponge is very, very good for this, but I've done it with brushes before. And you can dilute it down a little bit more if you want.
Do you need a bigger brush?
I
Yeah,
tend,
fine.
yeah, I should be okay. Like if you have a bigger brush when you're at home, it'll work fine as well. But I'm just kind of like dabbing it all around, and then you can tap your brush as well to kind of spray it, which is quite nice too. So we'll do maybe a little bit of green next. Oh, look at this. Ooh.
Don't be doing a Marion Frost on her.
Where's the black? So I think a bit of pink as well. So I'm going to keep the watercolour quite pale, and then I'm going to paint in the letters in a kind of a darker colour. So this is actually a lovely lustre. Again, just pale it down nicely, and then we'll just continue, dab, 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 and go over your letters, and don't worry about it. We'll be painting in after. And just blend them in, so go over your other colour so they kind of match up. And you can go in a bit darker if you want.
It's looking lovely.
I'm intrigued.
And then the alcohol just evaporates really quickly.
Yeah.
And it's all dry.
And again, just give it some nice little splashes. I think it was really, really nice.
That's what I like about you two. You can think of clever things.
It's
Why
the
can't we?
creativity, isn't it? That's what
Yeah,
it is.
We're
It's
not
the
creative, me and
creativity.
you, are we?
I'm clearly not.
I can't think of nothing, me, can you? Can talk for England though.
I'm very good at buying things, but
I'm good at buying things, and how do I use this?
yeah.
I read the instructions. No. I don't
No.
read the instructions.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Emily,
that's
that is
so nice. It's
Thank you.
absolutely gorgeous.
Wow, did you just think of that now? Have you done it before?
Yeah, no, I just thought of it now. I've done watercolour, but not 3 different ones.
Wow, that looks so nice.
Okay. And then I would really leave that dry because in
Yeah.
the letters you're going to have a lot of the
Yeah.
rejuvenator spirit. So leave it dry, and then you can go back in and we'll probably paint it in that nice blue maybe.
Yeah.
Well, you could move on to painting
Yeah.
maybe one of the
Should we
Carroll
do
toppers
one
with the paint.
With the paint?
Yes.
And then
Yeah, well, let's
that'll
try
be dry
it.
when
Yeah.
it's
Fantastic, I love that.
I do. I
I
think
love
it's
that.
such a gorgeous effect.
Yeah.
Such a clever girl. Look at that.
love it.
So we'll take Carol's name. Carol, what colour do you want? The gold, is it?
I'm going to have that gold
Yeah.
colour.
So these are the edible
Feel
art
all
paints.
goldy.
A lot of people when they first get them, they don't realise that because they've been shipped all the way from Australia or they're sitting on a shelf for a while, a lot of your gold is on the bottom, so the kind of pigment. So just get the back of your brush and give it a stir, and you'll even see all the lovely colours stuck to my brush
Yeah.
there, see that?
Yeah.
And that's what gives you the really strong gold. So just give it a really nice big stir. Make sure it's all incorporated, and you'll see it's lovely and thick. So just do that maybe for the first few times, even if it's been sitting there and you haven't used it for a while, I would do it as well. I'm sorry, your napkin's going to be absolutely covered. All the rainbow.
Don't worry, it's what it's for.
So I'm just going to pour, see if I can find a little clean corner in here. Just a little bit there. And then I have my brushes. I'll probably only use the thin brush for the cookie set because it's so fine. And then you just paint in it. So hold your brush upright and try and get a nice little blob in there and spread it about.
That's what I mean, when it's that bit looser, it just flows a bit easier,
Yes.
doesn't it?
So it's got, they're called runouts for royal icing, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it just kind of does the work for you.
Yeah,
Mm.
just flows into the groove.
So what do you think, everyone? Did we love it? So you all loved Monday's live. I bet you're loving tonight as well. A little refresh. So do play with them, do practice with them, and you're going to become addicted. I can just feel it in my bones.
Yeah, people are saying they look forward to putting sweet stamp on their cake.
Yeah. Should we tell them what we've got coming next, or should we save it for a few weeks?
I think maybe you can't do that to them. They're going to be like, what, Carol, what?
I know.
We're
Should we
going to
tell
be
them to
bombarded with questions and
No.
customer
Can't
inquiries.
make them
I
wait.
think we'll be able to let everybody know next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
You're
I'm
so
not telling
evil,
you.
Carol.
I know.
I'm going to
Just
write evil
gotta
up
keep
on
them
this.
on the toes.
Carol.
Gotta keep them on the toes. We've got something nice coming next week. Well, it's not coming next week. I might be able to
It
tell you
might.
next
We'll,
week.
see, we'll kind of,
Have to see.
when I get home, I'll be able to figure
Yeah.
it out.
Well, you made that look so easy. Emma.
Yeah.
That just flowed lovely. I like that.
So you can leave
Yeah.
it and then maybe come back if you missed a few spots.
Oh, that's
But
lovely.
I think that's okay.
Do you want to just turn that to the camera? That was it.
Up,
So, up.
Oh, yep, thank you.
Lovely.
Wow.
I can see that
is
gold.
so
Yeah,
nice.
that's gorgeous.
Really concentrated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely lovely.
So I think.
Right, so
Is it
should we
dry
finish
now?
with this? Should we give that a little waft? A waft. Should we waft it with our? It's multi-use. This smoother.
If you start with the end, this
Yeah.
end here.
It's a dark colour, so it should
Yeah.
be fine. So I do
I
blue.
just love that idea.
Gold would be nice.
Will I do gold in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it wouldn't run as well.
Yeah.
Because it's not 100% dry yet.
Yeah, so we'll do the gold edible art again
Yeah.
because I love gold. I
Me
put gold
too.
on everything.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
So I can go with my thicker sweet stamp brush this time, and I'm just gonna go on the drier bits first. So we stamp this in really deep, so it's kind of, you can see how it is to paint in the deep as well. So just keep your brush upright. And do your big bits first.
Can they see? Can
Yeah.
you see?
Yeah.
Am I in the camera, by the way?
No.
I've just realised, right?
Just really panicked then, didn't you?
Oh my God, here
I'm
I
in the
am
camera.
over Emily's shoulder. Sorry.
I love this effect. It's
Oh, I
absolutely
do.
gorgeous.
I feel as though I've got a play coming on.
And the good thing about that is the board can be done like a week in advance
Yeah.
if needed.
Yeah.
And then the cake doesn't have to be too detailed because there's so much detail in the board.
Yeah.
So it just kind of makes everything easier for the end of
Yeah.
the week because, you know, everybody wants their cake on Friday or
Yeah,
Saturday morning.
Saturday.
And that's a nice thing because you could actually just relax and get these out of the way one each
Yeah.
night or a
And
couple
you know,
each
it's
night.
so enjoyable when you have the time.
Oh, tell me, I love them.
I love
play 'em.
every part of cake decorating when there's no pressure.
I mean, I love them.
There's always
I-
seems to be pressure.
I love them when I put myself under pressure at Christmas, didn't I, Maria? And we hadn't really had time to play with them. We just sort of like, as the Carroll McFarland way is, winging it on the day. But we did all right, didn't we, Maria?
Yes, and it was so dusty.
Eh?
The
Thank-
cake was so dusty,
Ah,
tasty.
Yeah,
Oh, tasty, lovely.
yeah. And Maria took it home to Spain.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How did
So,
you?
and you had one as well, didn't
Yeah,
you?
mine lasted all the way through till New Year. We took it away with us. We took ours to Cornwall to finish it.
Nice. We didn't have a Christmas cake this year, did we, Emily?
No, I didn't have one either.
Us cakers never have cake.
No,
I was going to say the amount that you made, Carol, and you didn't even have one.
no, I've not had a slice of Christmas cake all year.
Wow.
And I love Christmas cake. My problem is when I start eating Christmas cake, I can't stop, which is why I said to Maria and Laura and my doggy walker, take these cakes, please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
sight out of mind.
Anyhow, I have to say, this looks beautiful.
Thank you.
You've excelled yourself. You do make very pretty stuff. I'm very envious of you girls. We've got to start going girly, Laura Maria.
Haven't got time, Carol. Haven't got time.
It's so hard when you're so busy to be creative.
Yeah. But that's so easy creative when she showed you. I wondered what the hell she was doing,
Just let Emily
flinging
be
yellow
creative
paint
and
all
copy
over
her.
it. Pardon?
Just let Emily be creative and copy
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's right though, because I thought, what's she doing? Slapping yellow paint all over it, now pink and green.
Yeah.
And look how it's come together.
gorgeous.
I think the colours are very Easter.
And I think everybody is loving it, aren't they?
Absolutely.
It's such a great idea. Everybody can do it.
There was a lot of hearts when
Yeah.
we started doing this.
Yeah.
Well, people have been so excited. Monday's live was just so good. People just loved it. That's why I said you've just got, while you're here, let's take advantage and let's do another one.
Absolutely.
And then you could even splash a little bit of gold around.
Oh, look at you.
It's going to be hard to pick that up on the camera, but you can really see the metallic shimmer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
it's
I love
very
that.
trendy. And then you could do that in like baby
Did you go to
cakes.
art school?
No, actually, I did it
Yeah.
in school, but
Yeah.
I look at a lot of cakes all the
Yeah.
time.
I love that effect.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Love
perfect.
And just put
Perfect.
the dummy there, just so you pretend
Yeah,
your cake.
this is a really small
it.
cake.
This is
Insult whoever you're giving it to.
It's all about the board.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Well
Brilliant.
done, Emily. Right, Amy, come on round because we're now at the end of our live. And get back in position. Can you see us? Should we do
Not
the
yet,
uppy
just a minute. Just
Should we
a
do
minute.
the uppy dance, sweet stamp, dance?
No, I have you all. Don't worry.
So, guys, thank you for joining us, girls. Thank you so much. You know I'm a massive big fan, big supporter. I really hope your patent goes through. I'm sure it will because you deserve it. You've worked so hard on this. I know you were the first out with the stamps. I love it. And I'm very much a brand leader. I'm very much about supporting brands, supporting those who first bring out the products. And that's what we're about. I love your colour combos. I love your pads. I think that's what everybody loves about it. You've worked so hard.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're a business and you're setting up and you've got staff and you've got wages, you know, you need all the support you can. And these things are so pretty. It's great that you two girls are so creative. And I just want to say a big thank you for you coming again and letting us kidnap you for a week. So, I will let them go home in the morning. So, guys, thank you for support. Thank you for coming and tuning in again tonight. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Maria. Hope you enjoyed it. Now come and share all your creations on our Facebook page. Pop over to Amy's page, which is...
So I have two pages, amycakes.online and sweets.stamp for Instagram. And then it's just Sweet Stamp on Facebook. And then Emily actually has her own page for her cakes because Emily makes cakes for a business as well. And that's Emily's Cakes.online as well.
Yeah,
So.
Facebook and Instagram.
Plaster them everywhere. We don't care.
And ask us any questions.
Share.
We're always
Yeah.
always available. Tag us, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, we're always there for you.
Yeah, and thank you for being patient. The reason we did this live, after Monday's live, there were so many questions, people asking things, we couldn't answer them all, and we thought we'd just be a little bit quieter tonight and let you see everything a bit more close up. So thank you for joining us, and we're going to see you on Monday. On Monday, I've got Carroll Haycox in. She's going to be in with FMM Cutters, and I'm going to see, I did ask her to do the cute dinosaur, but there's a brand new cutter out, which is the Drip Cutter and the David Austin Rose Cutter. So it's a take on that. So I'm going to message her and ask her if she can spend all weekend practicing doing them so she can do them on the live on Monday.
She's no choice.
She doesn't, she's in big trouble. So, we will see you Monday night, 8 o'clock, as per usual. Laura, Maria, myself in the kitchen with Carroll Haycox, who's a fantastic lady. She's got a lovely, great personality, and another Irish girl as well. Yeah, we've been invaded by an Irish. I'm married to an Irishman as well. So see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.